Yeah, they get mad at you. A couple of times they send me a text to tell you.
They send me a text too, but sometimes it's just hard to.
So you physically have to push another button to let people in?
Yeah, and there was supposed to be, I went into the settings and it said, like no waiting room. And I hit that, but that doesn't seem to work. It seems to be, there's something with security. They're worried about, there was a lot of people
hacking
in.
They were hacking in.
I mean, somebody hacked into ours, we just say, you want a beer? Or?
Yeah.
So when you have more than what we have here, I've been in parts of those meetings. They try to hack in when you got that gate or that door. It lets the host.
Yeah.
You recognize the name, lets them through. If you don't recognize, then you could say call this number or whatever.
Well, that's a good idea, really.
Well, some of the, like one of the things that comes up on this list is iPad, and I have to let him in. I forget who that is, but
that's Jeff.
Yeah, I guess it is Jeff.
Well, they don't, this is all new to a lot of people, including myself. They don't know they can type their name in,
Yeah, well, when I set my Zoom account up at first, I just typed in Bill, so that's why,
So it keeps coming up like that,
Yeah.
You all do family Zooms?
Does what?
Yeah, I've done family Zooms.
You all do? Yeah.
Early on.
Yeah.
We'll
family Zoom.
Yeah, we'll FaceTime with the grandkids. Well, we're able to go see them now, but we'll FaceTime with them sometimes.
Yeah. We have those Alexa shows too, so I can actually just go to mine and say call Gabby, and in her house it'll just pop up on her
the Alexa,
on the little Alexa screen.
Yeah.
There.
It's kind of like this.
Yeah. So, but of course you can only see that one thing though, whatever's on that one screen.
And all those kids have their own device. I'm talking about little kids. My little granddaughter, 7 years old, 9 and was Logan, and a little one.
There's no 7-year-old.
But I just get on my phone.
5-year-olds now.
I get on my phone and hit FaceTime Sarah, like the 7-year-old.
She's not.
There's no 7-year-old.
Sarah's gonna be 7 forever.
But she just answered it. We FaceTime. I mean, it's a regular thing,
That's nice.
Yeah, it's a kid,
Yeah, I was kind of hoping that during the COVID thing, my two sons would get the idea that, hey, this is a good time to have kids, but so far they haven't. One of them decided it was time to redo his kitchen, so.
Well, there you go.
They've been working on that.
I guess things are different these days when you like a couple together by themselves for months and months. What do you want to do? I don't know.
Let's redo the kitchen.
So here comes Pete the tuba.
All right.
Oh boy, I hadn't seen Pete in a while.
Where is he? Come on, Pete.
I put a picture of him. He and Mike Gentry and Maynard this week. Y'all saw that?
No, I'm sorry. I have to start watching the Facebook better. Hey, Pete. Maybe he's not there.
Those are really good.
Well, there's somebody. It says Pete Tuba, all one word.
That's him.
Hey,
Pete.
Hey.
How's everyone?
So Pete, did you got the email yesterday from me?
Yes.
Okay, good, because it kept trying to kick it out.
Yeah, did you change it from PTube@me to PTube@gmail?
Yeah, I did, and that one kept coming up red, so I was hoping it went through.
Well, I'm
You're right.
here. It's all one
As long
word.
as it went through, that's fine.
Thanks.
Sure, no problem.
You remember Dave Krippner? You see him there?
Yeah, I don't recognize the beard, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's good to see you, Pete.
You too, Dave. Thanks.
I exchanged a text with Rick Haley, and yeah, they moved from the coast back up to around Picayune, not to the same place. Well, actually, it is a place that he lived in 20 years ago or something.
Wow.
I'll
I
say
can't remember the name. But
You saw that photo I put on Facebook of you the past week?
Yes. Thanks, Barry.
Good one.
I don't remember that one, but thanks.
Have you seen that one before?
Is that the one?
Seen who?
Did you see that? Have you seen that photo before?
If I did, it was probably within 40 years ago.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, it's all 40 years ago.
Well,
Is that the picture? That's the picture you put up that had Mike and Pete
Mike and
Yeah.
Pete Maynard. Yeah.
and Maynard. Yeah, I saw that. That's a great picture. That's the band that was there. That was the band
I
that was
was
there.
playing,
most
but the photographer was smart enough to leave me out of the picture.
of- oh, yeah, they cropped out the best part.
Yeah, I'm sure I was part of that band. I know that. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That was the A band in 1974 with Mike, Gentry, me, Maynard, and Peter.
And then Mike left Mustache to join Disney.
I became the band leader.
Yeah.
Yeah, to me, that's kind of the band that I remember. And, you know, when we talk about or talk with all these other folks, you know, I can picture them. And of course, I see the pictures when y'all post them. But
Oh, yeah, I think that.
yeah, Pete, Barry, Maynard, and Mike, that's pretty classic to me.
Oh yeah. When I first started, it was Les and Wilbur Kite on washboard and I think it was Maynard was on the trumpet then. I mean on the trombone, and we had a piano player. You remember that?
Freddie Lonzo.
Well, yeah, Freddie Lonzo. But we also had a big. You remember the big piano player? He was in the Marines.
Yeah, what was that guy's name?
Andy or something like that.
I think that might be it.
Yeah, and every time they played the Marine hymn, he would get up there and sing "Manos of Montezuma."
Now this photo here, that's fall of '72.
Peter.
Okay.
Fall 1972, and that's Les, Barry, Maynard, Peter, and Les Davies.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I
what
remember Les Davies had an apartment, I think, on Burgundy. And I went over to visit him one night, and there was a shelf along the top of the slave quarters. And he must have had 50 or more bottles of Old Granddad side by side, empty. He drank more than anybody I've ever known, and I drank a lot. He drank more than I did.
He got to New Orleans, I would say spring of 1972,
Wow.
like March, or something like that. And he played through spring, through summer, through about October, and then he was gone. I don't know if you remember, but we all were told he drank too much and he was gone. That was it.
I thought he went out to Vegas.
Well, that might have been a story he came up with, but I heard it. Hell, you know, Peter, he would come to work drunk every night.
No shit, yeah.
You remember?
So did I.
Yeah.
I didn't come there drunk, but I left there drunk.
Well, I did too, but he was showing up there drunk. Yeah.
Oh, that's the reason we're all still alive is that the Lord looks after drunks and fools.
That's right.
And look,
Oh,
that's Barry all the way to the left and cut off. Maynard when he was young. Bruce O'Neill with his Prince Valiant haircut.
Charlie.
And Charlie Hernandez.
Yeah, he subbed for me when I couldn't make it.
Would you say
I would say that's
72?
winter of '72.
Okay.
Yeah, it had to be early on because everybody was still wearing the vests and stuff back then.
You wasn't there. Charlie filled in?
Charlie was a substitute.
Two.
And we got the piano there. We didn't have the piano in the other picture.
The reason why I know it's winter because Bruce was still playing lead. I was playing sides. Right after Mike got there in January of '74, that's when I started playing lead. January of '73. I started playing lead on the off night. Before that, that's when Bruce was playing lead. Bruce looks good, that Prince.
Prince
No.
Valiant. Bruce Prince Valiant.
And do you all know that when we were getting ready for Carnegie, it was my job to try to contact all the New Orleans people, and I looked high and low for Charlie Hernandez and couldn't find him. I mean, went to White Pages, went to the library, went to the internet, talked to Jerry Orcus and people, that knew him. Talked to band directors, high school band directors. Nobody knew where he went.
Mm-hmm. I remember when you tracked me down, because my dad's name is Bill Blank, but he had died. But
Right.
we were taking care of my mom, so it was one of my shifts over there at her house when you called over there looking for Bill Blank, and I happened to be there. So,
Yeah, that's right. You answered the phone.
yeah.
But I tell you, I spent hours and hours going through people that I never met, like Howie Weinberg. Remember him, David?
Yeah, I do.
Calling people like that I had never met or maybe met one time, and said, hey, we have this reunion. My job is to call you. That was Franny, that last picture.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's a classic picture, that
Yeah.
that one there. Me and Peter and Franny Smith.
Oh, yeah. I've seen
Great,
that.
great daughter in North Wildwood.
And Franny Smith is the banjo player, the short guy with the handlebar mustache. And his wife and Dottie are the same profession. They're two banjo players married to dietitians.
What a mess.
Yeah, I don't remember Franny playing down in New Orleans, though, did he?
No.
Yes, he did. He came down one Mardi Gras,
Oh,
and he played during the breaks with a piano player.
all right. Yeah, I must have met him, but you know how it went. For Mardi Gras, it was like a blur.
Right.
Barry, do you remember from the Garter Sheldon Ginsburg,
I do.
trombone player?
I do.
Yeah.
Who was it? What was it?
Sheldon.
I remember.
Sheldon Ginsburg. And we told him that he needed a stage name. He said, like what? We said, Shelly Ginseng. That'd be real. So Shelly Ginseng.
Now, Sheldon was, this is just for the guys, but the girls can hear it, but Sheldon was like 97 pounds soaking wet. And he would always tell me that he loves really, really, really fat women. And he would.
Peter, you haven't changed.
No, but it's true. I remember that. All his girlfriends were huge. I mean, huge.
All the more to love.
Yeah, there you go. All the more to hold on to. Isn't that what y'all say?
Like that old song, Hugging and Chalking.
He must have learned that song when he was young.
Speaking of love, here we come with Billy's party.
Right.
Yeah.
Night
Hey,
before we
Miss
got
Dave,
married.
Yeah, I got married the
Red
next
Lonzo,
morning at 10:30. Yeah,
Les Muscat.
Now,
So
that's
that would've been-
right?
that would have been in February of 1972.
Irv Eisen.
Oh, wow.
February 20th.
It had to be February the 25th,
25th.
1972, because I got married the next
Next
morning.
day.
I was working side bar so I could get off early, but I stuck around and drank anyway.
Yeah.
And
That makes
The band-
sense
the
because
band made me sing "I'm Getting Married in the Morning" and turned a bottle of champagne upside down in my mouth and took my clothes off.
That shirt, you look like Zorro with that.
Yeah.
Having a cute hairdo there, Bill.
Yeah, I used to wear it long, for a long time. Yeah.
But look, February of '72, we had the English banjo player Les Muscat. And remember, I said Les Davies, another English banjo player, came in March. Yeah.
But there's John Mad Dog.
Mad Dog. Yeah.
Yeah, Mad Dog, and that guy we're playing with Irv's tuba, Irv Eisen,
Yes.
guy's John Siebel, Seibel,
Who's that?
and Kevin Monahan is right above David, and Rex Carger's right above Kevin.
That's John Stacy.
Yeah, John Stacy was playing washboard, and then he was all the way on the far left, and then Freddie
Freddie
and me. Yeah.
And what's his name? What's his name in the back behind Billy? What's his name again?
John.
John.
Right behind me,
Mad-
John Leonard. We call him Mad Dog.
Yeah, John Leonard. Every time he got up on the bar to sing the bar song Bourbon Street Parade, he would never call it Bourbon Street. He always say Dryad Street.
Yeah.
You know, he said down on Dryad Street.
Yeah. He was
Whatever
quirky.
happened to Fat Bill? Bill
He
Swan?
passed away. He moved to Thailand,
Yeah.
and he passed away a couple of years ago, I think.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know how it is on Facebook. You can never, even when people die, they're still there. So
Yeah.
every once in a while I see is people celebrating his birthday and stuff pops up on my Facebook page. You know, so
Speaking of Les Muscat, I have a funny story. Dave, you can plug your ears up for this, but we were playing, the place was packed. And Les just turned to us in his British dry humor comment said, "You guys want to go home early tonight?" Because we would always play until there was nobody there. And we said, "Sure." I mean, it wasn't one dirge after another, but it was whatever he did, he knew how to call tunes. And about a half an hour later, it was either Dave or Roger came out and saw the place was empty, and he goes, I said, "Holy shit, how did I was never good at tune calling," because he could think 2, 3, and 4 tunes ahead.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You cleared the place.
Yeah.
All right, here comes iPad.
Must be Jeff.
And yeah, is this the picture that you had? It's coming. I'm a little slow here. Is this the picture you put up, Barry?
That's a nice picture.
It isn't, but that's my favorite picture.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's one of Barry Kaiser's photos.
That was, I knew his name was Barry. I couldn't think of his
Yes,
last
ma'am.
name, Barry. I've got that sitting in my wife has designated my office bathroom as the mustache and musician cap. That's the only place I can put my stuff. But that's up there.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Barry Kaiser, he came to one of our luncheons, and he's been invited to come online with.
I send it to him every week.
Yeah.
Hey, Jeff.
Hey, Jeff.
Hello.
Oh,
Hey,
Jeff,
Jeff.
Hello.
How you doing, Jeff?
I, wonderful.
You
We were
woke
just
up.
talking about you.
Wait,
We can still.
I have
We
to
can-
turn the sound up.
We can hear you.
We can
Hey. Okay. Terrific.
hear us.
I'm fine.
Good. You look good.
Okay.
So last week I asked you if you knew Peter, who's in the screen right above you with the blue shirt on. He said he played Lake Compounds with you.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Is that right, Peter? You played Lake Compounds with
Yeah, I
Jeff?
sure did.
Yes.
And a bunch of rowdy assholes sitting up there drinking beer.
Well,
They're
Jeff, this
drinking
makes
beer
it good.
Oh, look
I
at
knew it.
that mustache.
Oh, that's cute. Look at that.
Yes. That was,
Oh,
that's one of my favorite pictures.
wow.
Which one is that?
Oh,
Banu, Jeff, and I think Christine.
Christine. God. That's scary.
Those were the days, my friend.
We thought they'd never end.
It's a good thing they ended or we'd be dead.
Yeah.
Don't say that. Every time someone says that, somebody drops dead.
Oh, Lord.
No, this,
Jeff,
I'll take it
Jeff,
back.
where did you teach?
where did I teach?
Yeah,
I taught at the University of Oregon, the University of Arizona. Then I went to Scotland. I studied and taught at the University of Strathclyde in Glasgow. And then I came here in 1972 at the University of Wisconsin.
So you were really in demand, or did they eventually find out you worked at the Mustache and then you had to move on?
No, someone put out a contract. They were looking for me. I kept moving. No, I don't know what happened. I just always moved.
There was that
I know.
architecture.
I know before I went to Scotland, I played every summer. I played 4 months in the summers. That was between the concert unit and New York.
Here comes Danny and Mike Gentry.
All right.
Danny and Mike Gentry. There's Mike Gentry.
Oh,
Hey,
there's
Mike.
Oh, my.
Hey,
Hey,
hello,
Mike.
hello, Peter.
God, what a handsome group.
We know it. Thank
And
you.
young. And
We know it.
young.
Thank you.
Oh, looking
Danny, you
good.
have to turn your camera on.
It's on. I can
Whose
see it.
camera isn't on?
Danny.
There he is.
Whoa,
Ah,
Hello, Danny.
ugly.
Hey,
Some
Socks,
ugly.
how you doing?
All right. Good to see y'all.
Oh, Danny, did you eat lunch today?
No,
You look in the mirror and get fed up.
exactly.
So Danny, are you getting the emails like yesterday I sent?
I did. Thank you.
Okay, so I've got the right address. Good.
You do. I got it. Thank you.
All right.
How's sailing going, Danny?
Good. I've been enjoying extra time to be out on the boat because there's nothing else to do.
Danny said he's going to send you that book back, Peter, that he borrowed 40 years ago.
Peter's like an elephant. He got the memory.
Well, what brought the memory back was you sitting on a boat, and I said, well, holy shit, I loaded in my book.
That's
I
right.
was kidding.
That's right. I'll dig it out.
All
David,
right.
where'd you go?
Hey, Danny.
Hello, Bill.
Well,
Hey, Mike. Hey, y'all.
what a crew.
And David Krippner, but
David.
he disappeared again.
David disappears every now and then.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Hey, it's happy hour with FAC, man. Come on.
Hey.
It's Friday.
Cheers, Mike.
Yeah.
Petros.
Yeah. Does anybody have any of that $5 Marie Antoinette champagne?
God.
The Friday afternoon club, we had to hose it out. Remember that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Does anybody remember when somebody would actually order a bottle of champagne at the Mustache? That it was that Marie Antoinette, $5 a bottle.
Yeah, I remember
that.
What did we charge for it?
We charged $5 a bottle. It was, God knows how much it cost.
99 cents.
Yeah, so we would make a big presentation out of it. You know, you get the champagne bottle out, you know, to put it on your arm and pop the cork for them and everything. But it was nasty stuff.
Remember for
Champagne.
Friday afternoon club, I can remember selling a lot of sangria. You remember that, Billy?
Oh yeah, yeah.
You take the wine and pour it in a pitcher and put some 7-Up and fruit around it. And all those college girls would drink that shit and puking all over the place. You know, they were having fun, man. They were having a ball.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
a lovely image.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Puke
I'm
all
not
over
even.
the place. And look, we'd throw some dust on it, and the band would go up and start playing Somebody Stole My Gal.
Yeah.
God.
Mhm.
Champagne. You served
Yeah.
champagne?
Oh, we were a class outfit.
Old Buckhead campaign.
It was
Yeah.
terrible stuff. Terrible.
God. I
People-
So
I
Dan,
have the menu. I have the menu from the New York club that
From
my
Tyra.
son hung in his house, and I have I'm looking at it. I have the franchise sign. I got those from the New York club when it closed.
wouldn't say hi.
I don't remember.
Danny, how are you?
Yeah.
Hey,
Good.
Good morning, Ira.
Go ahead, Jeff.
no, it's just I don't remember champagne. I don't remember anything.
Maybe it was-
Champagne?
Yeah, I never worked in any
Champagne?
other clubs. Yeah, we would occasionally, that's why I was just commenting, occasionally we'd get somebody, it was on our menu, and occasionally somebody would want a bottle, which was kind of weird. And it was $5, you know. A whole,
We
That
had
was
champagne
big money
New
in
York.
those days, though. Big
Yeah,
We
money.
across
had
the-
champagne. We used to pop the corks across the.
yeah. Oh, yeah, and we made a big production out of it, you know.
But I
And
didn't
then we-
remember it was $5.
$5. That's right.
Must have been a great champagne Joel used.
Hey, Danny, this is for you, buddy.
Oh,
Yeah.
That was.
Whoa.
H, is that H?
I have that picture.
I don't know who's that next to Barry?
H. Harold
That's
Johnson.
H.
He was on here. He was on here a few weeks ago. Harold Johnson.
Yeah.
Look at Danny.
Danny, that looks like your son standing up there.
Yeah.
I got a
Dyeing my hair.
terrible story to tell you. So, my
Danny was cute in that picture.
Rocco Paterno,
Yeah, I remember.
trombone player from, I think, Jersey.
Rocco.
Jersey. Pingada.
Rocco Paterno.
Yeah.
Oh,
Love-
Rocco.
Lovely guy.
Calling Joe
Rocco.
Thomas.
Rocco was my nephew's music teacher in high school.
Yeah, that's right. And he was
Yes.
telling Joe he was going
Yeah.
to New Orleans for Mardi Gras for a week or two. And Joe said, "Oh man, oh great, oh you're great, oh you'll have a ball, but oh I gotta tell you, stay off the subways." and
Rocco's a good guy.
Meehan is coming and
stay
Jones.
off the subway. So he comes down to New Orleans, and he's here for about a week. And he all of a sudden remembered what Joe told him about stay off the subways. And then he found out they're 6 feet below money when there are no subways. So it was really funny.
You'd get mighty wet. You'd get mighty wet going underground in New Orleans.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Hello, Joan.
Oh, Jones here. Damn it.
Jones.
How
Yeah,
did you-
sorry, you weren't popping up.
Joan, is it raining up there by you?
There we go. Hi, Joe. Hello, Jim. How you doing?
Hey, Jim.
And Bill
There's
Meehan. you
tuber
gotta
guy
come-
down in the corner. Haven't seen him in years. It's Bill Meehan from the Boston Club.
Hey, Bill.
He's got to turn his camera on.
He's got
Joan, is it raining up by you in Clearwater?
Is there any what?
Is it raining by you up there?
It's not. I heard a bunch of thunder, but nothing.
We're getting killed down here in Fort Myers.
Billy, you must be getting a lot of rain on the shore.
Oh,
I
shit,
think there's
yeah.
like a little disturbance out in the big pond someplace. I don't think we're gonna get it, but
Orlando is dry. At least my house is.
who's in Fort Myers?
I am, Ira.
Ira.
Yeah,
Do you live in Fort Myers?
yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh, no, I do, 4 years.
Oh my goodness, we're almost neighbors.
Well, I'm waiting for Joel to open a club here.
Ira, do you know Pat O'Brien?
Want to come up and run a restaurant again?
Hello, this is Bill Meehan, a tuba player from Boston.
Hey, Bill,
Hey, Bill.
you have to hit there's a little camera insignia at the bottom of your screen.
Hey, Bill.
Hey, what's up?
You up?
Yeah.
Hey, Bill, you got it at the bottom of your screen. You should see a little camera with a line through it. Touch
He
Yeah.
it.
has to move the cursor down there to see it, right?
Yeah, move your cursor down to the bottom of the screen. Okay, there you go.
There you go.
Okay, we got the top of your head. You got to tilt your camera
Hey.
down a little bit.
Yeah, actually, I got my tuba is sitting right behind me.
Bill,
Ira,
when your camera's not aimed at you, all we see is the top of your head.
Sit on a pillow, Bill.
Okay, this is my first time on, so I'm a little rusty.
lean closer to your screen.
So, Bill,
There
you're
you go.
There we go. Perfect.
There you go.
Perfect.
No, put it back. You look better with the other way.
Oh my goodness.
Bill, you play in the Boston Club, is that correct? Is that what
Yeah, I played mostly at the Boston Club, but I was going to school here. And I played with the guys with Craig Grant, Dave Bergeron, those guys. Joan, of course, was over here, and that was a joy always to play with her.
What years was that, Bill?
I'm sorry?
What years did you play?
Oh my God, 1964, if you can believe that.
You old.
I'm an old bastard. Yeah.
Did you play under Dave Hickey when he was the manager?
Say again?
Was Dave Hickey the manager when you played?
Oh, who was? Oh, gee, you know. Brian Wallace was one of the managers.
Okay, Dave Hickey must have come later.
Irish Mafia.
Oh my God! Yeah.
Brian
Yeah.
prize fighter and the school teacher.
There was one night. Brian was managing and doing his thing, and some guy was being very disruptive. Of course, he had that every night. And but Brian was a little annoyed, and he decided the guy was needed to get out the door. So what he did, and Brian was a small guy, but he was tough as nails. And it was deceptive because he was so small. But boy, he decked you in a half a second. And when he used to do that, he used to pretend to be afraid, and then kind of back off, and then get him out the door, and then one shot, and down he'd go. But yeah, that was a blast. That Boston Club. I think was that the first one, the original.
Yeah, I was there. It started in '62. I was there.
Boston was first, right? Yeah.
Yeah, '64. Yeah, maybe even a year or so before. I played tuba. Well, actually, originally trumpet. I played we had a Dixieland band that we used to do Sunday afternoons. Dave Bergeron was in that, and oh God, who was the banjo player? He lived up on the North Shore.
Billy, is Bergeron your cousin?
I'm sorry?
Is Dave Bergeron your cousin?
Who?
I don't know why I think that. Dave Bergeron.
Oh no.
He had a brother that played with Blood, Sweat, and Tears.
No,
Oh,
that was
Yeah, well,
Dave.
yeah, that's right, Dave Bergeron,
That
of
was
course.
That was Dave
Yeah.
Bergeron.
Well, he was a classmate of mine. He's still around. He's still playing. I contact him every once in a while. We chat over the landline, and he's still got chops. He's got major chops. I've been away from the horn for quite a while, but I miss it.
Chamberlain. This video will show you how to test the strength of the Wi-Fi signal in your garage. This is important to ensure your new garage door opener can connect to your home network.
Somebody's checking this. So, Bill, what did you do when you grew up?
Oh God, I don't know. I haven't figured that out yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this
Well, I
is
got Leslie. How many years have I got hanging on me? I got 79 last month, so I'm still kicking.
So this is Danny Rubio's first time on with us, and Danny, most of the time when it's your first time, we ask what clubs did you play in and where did you start and how you started. So
Oh, my
tell
first,
us now.
yeah. I started with the Boston Club. We did some Dixieland, and then I decided I wanted to play tuba. And it so happened that there was an opening in St. Louis. Joel hired me to go out there, and I went out there and played there for about 6 months, and then Uncle Sam tried to snatch me up to get me to go over to kill a bunch of people in the jungles, you know. I decided that wasn't in my plans. So I was very, very lucky that at the time, this will maybe put in time perspective a little bit. President Johnson was running the show. And he decided that teaching was a good excuse not to go over and kill people. So I said, well, that's good. That works for me. So that's what I did. I had worked in St. Louis for a little while, and then, but I also had a chance to. I worked on the Cape. Oh, what a great day! Have any of you worked at that club?
Yeah, I opened it.
Oh, okay.
Back in '62.
Yeah, I played. I forget which summer I played down there, but 2 or 3 years after that. And that was a blast. That was a great. I thought that was a musically. It was we had this sort of very, very strong group of guys playing. Craig Grant was there, and Bajaran was playing, and Mark Aiken. You remember Mark?
Oh yeah.
Mark Aiken and Donnie, of course. I think Mark, didn't he have a heart attack? He got sick and but anyway, yeah, that was a blast playing down there, and then I kind of drifted off, and I played at a club out in Hopkinton, Mass. I don't know if you know the area, called the Sticky Wicket.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the man who owned that, his name was oh damn, what the hell was his name? I can't anyway. He decided he wanted a banjo band club, so I put a group together, and I used Joan. Joni came out, and she was great playing with us, and Mark played with us for a while, and who else? Artie, of course, Artie Dragon. And then I think that they went down to Florida, didn't they, after that? And they played down in Disneyland for a while. And I kind of lost track of them. And it was only in the last few months I got hooked into this Zoom business through one of my doctors. And then I got a hold of Joni, and then here I am.
Hey, Danny, why don't you tell us how you got started with the mustache? Go ahead, Danny.
I started in New Orleans as a waiter and then a bartender. And then I became a tuba player. And it's because of you, Barry. I was down there before me and sounded and looked like he was having a lot of fun. So
yeah,
I followed him over. And then I moved to New York. I guess it was in '73. Christmas of '73, '72 or '73. And didn't go to work at the club right away. I don't know. I connected with the Iras.
Yeah.
6 or 8 months after I was up there, and one way or another.
Your first mistake.
Yeah. So I worked. I worked the New York club till it closed. From then to the close of it. Yeah.
Oh, so you were there quite a long time. That was my first club. I went down to. Joel was going to hire me to go out to St. Louis, and he needed a tuba player, but I was a trumpet player, so I had to get a tuba. So I went down to the Bowery in New York, and all those places where you could buy stuff, and I bought my first tuba. And what's happened here? Did we lose somebody?
Oh, so all the musicians on here today played the New York club. Is that right? Did everybody play the New York Club?
I did. That was my say. That was my first one. Yeah, yeah. That was a great.
What happened to Mark Heater?
Yeah, that was a good one.
Peter's still around. He's in Jersey.
Yeah.
Well, he was at the Mustache when I was there in '72.
Who's that?
Mark Heater.
Mark Heater.
Mark Heater.
I saw him 15 years ago.
Wow. Jeez. Time, huh?
Yeah.
He's still at it. Mark is living in North Jersey, and he's still at it. He plays. He leads a brass band ensemble.
Really?
And, yeah, and they do park concerts, military band kind of thing.
Okay.
It's a really nice deal. They're very good at it.
Yeah.
But I don't think he plays this kind of stuff anymore.
Yeah.
He had a band called the Great Swamp Jazz Band in I guess it was the late '60s, early '70s. By then I was living in Jersey, so I was working for him a lot.
Right.
And that band had the Vachet brothers in it, and Alan Vachet and Warren Vachet.
Yeah.
And Mark and me, and the drummer was Freddie Stoll, and that was it. It was really a great band.
Yeah.
But then I got busy, and we used Alan Carey after that. Rocco Pacciano was in the band as well. So was Chuck Maranzano. All of these guys worked at some time or other, maybe even incidentally, at the Mustaches.
Oh yeah, well, I had one of those really curly ones that used to twirl around a little bit. Yeah, I still have a few black and white photographs kicking around the house somewhere that reminding me of that long thing that I had hanging off my lip.
Oh, watch out. Jeff, how long were you at the New York Mustache? How many years? Jeff?
Me?
Yeah, how many years were you there?
I started, it was your father, it was the Red Garter when I started.
That's right, that's right.
So what year would that be, kid?
I can't remember. It was fairly quick though.
63?
Early 60s, 63, 62, somewhere in there.
I thought it was your father's mustache in '62.
No.
62.
It was, when I started, it was
the Red Garter.
The Red Garter, and Joel was beginning to try and buy his part out.
Right.
Get out from under Jack Dupin.
Right.
That must have been 63 or 4.
Yeah.
In there somewhere.
Yeah.
Because it was a very small group of musicians at that time.
Boston opened in '62. It was the Red Garter, and the Cape opened in '62, and that was the Red Garter. And then after late '62, we moved to New York, and we opened down there, and that was the Red Garter. And I forget when St. Louis opened, and Philadelphia. I forget the timetable on all of those. I think New Orleans was '64, wasn't it? Right around in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know it had to be because I played at Mardi Gras in New Orleans in '64.
I wish I never had a chance to go down there, and I regret that because I understand it's a really great town. New
We have a
Orleans.
bunch of New Orleans people on here that have worked many Mardi Gras, including myself. So, Jim, you did Mardi Gras. Joan, did you do? You ever did Mardi Gras, Joan? Joan?
Joan, wake up.
Joan, wake up.
I
wake
can't
up.
hear everything. I just didn't hear the question.
Did you play Mardi Gras? Have you ever played Mardi Gras in New Orleans?
I did. Yeah, just once. That was enough.
I know Danny had.
It's just crazy.
What
We
about
drove
you?
down from Boston and played Mardi Gras, drove back home. It was quite an experience.
Oh, yeah.
You played
An experience? That's a good way to put it.
What year did you play Mardi Gras, Jeff?
I played Mardi Gras 2 or 3 years. I was flown down from New York. The band was playing all the time. as
Yeah.
I remember.
We
There were
played
two
at 3 in the
bands.
morning. It was crazy.
Yeah, there were 2 or 3 bands.
3 bands, 11 in the morning.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Right.
That was,
Yeah.
I
and
remember
I
one
was
night-
trying to get right across the street. Let me get this right. Was Rita Alexander, the champagne lady who used to balance. She did an exotic dance. That's the way to put it. And she would balance a glass full of champagne on her breast.
Yeah.
Which was 98% silicone. And she would drink it. That was the highlight of her talent. And
Well, you know, that reminds
when I was down there,
Go ahead.
when we finished the set, we would run down to Preservation Hall
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
to listen to the band. That was a weird ass time. Mardi Gras. I thought that Lake Compounds had the roughest crowd, but I passed. Mardi Gras.
Yeah.
Although I'll tell you,
You're right, there were 3 bands, and I remember one year Mike, who's on this call, and Peter, and Danny, and David, and Billy, and Tom, all those that were there that year. And we ended up with like 5 trombones on stage. You remember that? Mike?
I got that.
6 trombones, 6 banjos, a couple of tubas, you know. And the place, place packed with 700 people and just going crazy, absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
I remember one night
yeah.
Mardi Gras that Joel was leading the band.
oh
and
shit.
And we're playing, and a rat runs across the stage, and Joel goes, fire the cat.
Fire the cat, right.
Yeah. You mentioned that woman balancing a drink on her breast. That reminded me of Sonny, of course, with the beer on his head.
Oh God.
Playing. When he came out to St. Louis, I was out there for a while. He came out and played with us. And boy, I still have some photographs of him with the beer on his head and playing with his foot on the bone, you know, and then of course at the end of the tune, it was always the last tune of the set. So we're cranking like crazy, and then when the tune was over, the whole
picture
would go right down. It would go right. Most of it would go right over his back and down into his pants in the back. Oh God! He used to do that 2 or 3 times a night. What a crazy guy! He's still around, isn't he, Sonny?
He's living down in Florida.
Florida, okay.
Georgia.
He tells a story that one night somebody poured a pint or half pint of vodka in that pitcher of beer.
Yeah. Oh boy.
And he drank it, almost killed him.
Yeah, well, I'm sure.
He used to chug pitchers of orange soda on Kitty's Day down on the Cape.
Right.
Which was, I think, worse for him than the beer.
Yeah.
He just got out of the hospital, and a friend is going to try to get him on here one of these days.
Yeah.
Here comes Manu.
Hi. Hello.
Hey.
Sorry, I had a business. Hi, I had a business phone call that was like never going to end. So it's like,
Yeah.
Wow.
Stop talking about Banu now. We've been talking.
Yeah. Yeah, be careful about that. Oh, wow. Well, how's everybody doing on Friday? What did I miss?
We're breathing.
Yes. I woke up on the right side of the grass.
Yeah.
Another day vertical.
Yeah. Do a head count real fast.
Yeah.
Did you get any?
Oh boy.
Oh, look at that's how I remember you. Oh,
Lots of teeth.
pigtails.
Lots of teeth.
Yeah. Who was talking about waxing mustaches?
Yeah, really.
God.
Hey, I remembered the other girl. Her first name was Andrea.
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 That
It was
sounds
something like
familiar.
Andrea. And I can't remember. Next Friday, I'll remember her last name. But it was like
Does
Andrea.
anyone know where Gail Dorflinger is?
Never heard of her.
Am I the only one who played with her?
Maybe. Did she come? Was she in Florida for a little while and then she came to New York?
Yeah. She was also, oh God, she was sweet, sweet young woman.
Obviously,
John
took
kept
the
setting me,
mustache.
I wish Murata was here because he kept setting me up with these pickup bands. This was before there was a full-time concert band. And after he set me up with a singer and dancer, she showed up at my house and she was 3 months pregnant.
Oh boy.
3 months pregnant. I couldn't believe it. I figured John had sent almost anybody out on a gig with me. I mean, I don't know what, maybe it's because no one else would play the gig. I mean, like Lake Compact there.
You said
That's one of the slot machines.
What the hell is that?
That's a slot machine.
Oh, yeah.
At Lake Compounds.
Oh my God.
Yes, they were open and big during the 30s. And there was one room that had all these old machines. It was on the way to or from the roller coaster. I took that shot. I don't know why.
Jeff, is that your picture on there?
Yes, that's why. That's why I took it. I sat for that.
You've been around me too long. Oh, man.
Oh, man.
God. I mean, that was.
When you say she was pregnant, is that what you said?
She was pregnant. She showed up. That was when somebody double booked the band.
Oh boy. Yeah.
I hadn't played
Somebody.
with a mustache for, I don't know, 5 or 10 years. It was 1981 because my son had just been born, my eldest.
Wow.
And I got a call from New York. They were panicked because they had gotten this big gig at the Wisconsin State Fair. And I said, congratulations, I teach here. He said, no, we need you to play there. I said, I haven't taught, I haven't played. In years, I had just gotten back from class. I got this call and I said, okay, you get me the band and I'll tell you whether or not I can play. Because I was not going to play with any normal people who knew me. Sorry, Pete. I didn't want to freak anyone out. The mustache had a wonderful routine. And I never followed it. So I didn't want to get some young kid. There, look at the handsome man.
Oh, Jeff, when was this?
That was Old Timers Day, the baseball game in Washington. We played that every year for about, that's Billy Herbert.
Yep.
We played that every year for many years. That was a good gig because it was short.
Well, I knew you looked like you were 19.
No.
I would have been 21 or 22.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
That's how I remember Benu. You remember Robert Merrill?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
College map, yeah.
Sang the national anthem, and we were supposed to back him up. And I almost lost it in my pants. I said, this man is a musician. This man is a musician. And Billy started to tune his instrument up. I said, Bill, that's not going to help. It's not going to help. And we played there, I think it was 2 or 3 years. We went down there. They loved us. You know, as a matter of fact, on most of the jobs that John sent me to, like working the old homestead in Virginia and the Kentucky State Fair, or that weird ass thing out in Wyoming, Frontier Days.
Good days, yeah.
Jesus, that was. I know John didn't hate me, but he set me up with some strange gigs and unusual bands. Right, Peter? You got a call and said, Jeff is playing up in Lake Compounds. He probably told you it was the oldest continuous amusement park from the 1850s. And he sent you up. I didn't know you. You showed up. That's what happened with almost every gig I was on.
Wow.
Anu did the Australian Frontier Days as well.
Yeah.
And that was the day that John had a relapse from his
epilepsy.
He had epilepsy.
He had a
scared the hell out of me. But
he told that story last week or the week before.
Yeah, it was. But that was a strange gig.
You did that up, Anu?
Which one is this?
No, that's Lake Compounds. John didn't send.
I don't think I did Lake Compounds, did I?
You did Frontier Days with us.
Is that Hoyt Corey?
Is it you?
Looks like Hoyt.
That's Hoyt Corey. Right.
Hoyt Corey, Dan Howard. Yeah, Christine and Bob.
Yeah.
God, look at how long my hair was. Holy mackerel.
Yeah, I remember that.
I remember that. That's how I remember her.
Do you know why I had two-toned hair like that? When I moved to New York, I didn't have enough money to go have my hair colored. And so I started doing it myself, but I couldn't reach the back to get it colored. Just did the front. So I was a blonde when I was coming at you, and I was a brunette when I was walking.
Funny.
That's how I ended up having two-toned hair. And then later on, after I left and I came back to New York, I saw a bunch of girls in the village walking around that had two-toned hair like that. I said, hey, look, I started something. Either that or they didn't have any money either, and they couldn't reach the back of their
Banu, how long were you with the show band? How many years and what years?
Well, not counting Miami, you mean when I came to New York?
Right, when you did the show band,
Yeah.
not Miami.
Yeah, I got to New York April 15th, 1969, and I left and went out to California in 1972 at the beginning of 72. Then I worked for Disney that summer, and then I came back and I worked a couple of jobs, and that's where you and I worked for the first time at that Wichita Mall.
Yeah, you and I worked that. That's right. That's where I met you.
Say that again, Barry?
I was with the show band the summer of 72 and then went back to New Orleans Club, and they would pull us, you and me and Buzzy, to go do those special jobs.
Yeah, yeah. I remember too that when Barry was working and we got done that first, and it's the Wichita Mall. We're playing a mall. I'm like, oh my God, in the middle of a friggin' mall, you know, people are running and looking at us like, what the hell is that? And so we get done. I mean, I couldn't wait for it to be over. And Barry says, should we give him a little lanyard? Shouldn't we play for a little bit longer? And I remember Buzzy and I both looked over, and we'd been in New York long enough. It was like, are you kidding? We're out of here. And Barry was like, no, I was playing another number, just one little extra thing. And we were like, no.
Someone wanted to play longer?
Yeah, and that's the first time I learned the word lagniappe from New Orleans. Barry taught me my first New Orleans word. And also that once you got to New Orleans, that was very much, you know, you'd play an extra number. So yeah, sure, whatever, you know.
Yeah.
But
that night when we went to the airport to fly out of Wichita, and it started snowing, and it never stopped. Remember, back then the airlines, they bussed us to a hotel and put us up.
Wow.
That's right.
Yeah.
Really?
Don't
Wow.
do that anymore.
I want to drop a couple of names on you guys, as I haven't heard him yet. Pete Levin.
Bye.
Oh, yeah.
Pete Levin. You ring a bell? Another tuba player, actually.
What's his name?
Pete Levin.
No?
No?
Peter Levin is a master musician. He plays
Oh,
keyboard.
he's the best. He's the best.
He's a Juilliard graduate, and his horn while he was at Juilliard was the French horn.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
He played tuba in the Mustache Bands. And,
Right. Right.
And I gave him a start on the banjo, and he learned that, and he started playing banjo.
He was a kind of a guy.
He plays keyboard, and he's been very successful. He was also the keyboardist in the Bill Evans Orchestra. Not Bill Evans. Gil Evans.
Yeah, he's kind of a guy. He would look at an instrument, and the instrument would yield to him. It was magic. He was magic. And he
plays a lot. He plays a lot with his brother. They tour quite extensively. He's done very well. He's done very well. He lives up in Woodstock, New York now.
That's right.
What was he playing then? I mean, what was the last thing he was when he was touring with them? What was he playing?
He said keyboard is what he really
Keyboard is what he does now.
Wow.
Keyboard is what he does now.
Wow.
I have a question for you guys.
Yeah.
The other day, Danny was over at my house. I was showing him the DVD of the Carnegie thing, for those of you that were at Carnegie. And right in the middle of it, the DVD is damaged. Does anyone know how to copy a DVD and maybe put it on YouTube or put it on Facebook? Can y'all do that?
I can make a copy of it for you, Barry.
You could do that when you would send me a DVD?
As soon as you send me a check.
Hey, what's it worth to you?
The one from Carnegie, right?
Yeah.
Can he make it into digital?
Yeah.
Who's got the, yeah. Can you make it into a digital?
I got it right here.
But there you go. How would I
Oh
get
my God.
I'll just copy the DVD for you and send it to you.
Okay, that's good.
Okay. Because I was trying to show Danny that, and all of a sudden it stopped. You know? I was disappointed.
Mine might do the same thing. I never listened to it. I don't know.
Let me give you one more name, Carl Lunsford.
Yeah, sure.
That was 2011. I finally got around to looking at it.
I haven't looked at it yet.
Who said Carl Lunsford?
Carl Lunsford, yeah, Boston.
I took
Lead banjo.
over when Joel fired Carl because he had been drinking.
Imagine
that.
What a surprise. Oh,
no, I mean, really, I don't know. Fell off his chair or something. And the next day, I had never played lead, and I don't play well. But I had attitude. And Joel set me up. He said, I want you to go up to Boston and play lead.
Wow.
Yeah.
Then I took my Valium, settled down, got on the train, went up to Boston, and it was, oh God, it was something else because the club, I remember, was downstairs.
That's right.
Really low ceiling.
And I walked in, and it was the mid-afternoon. There was no one there. I sat down, I asked what time does the band go on? And some musician came in. I don't know who it was. I didn't know any of the musicians. None.
Yeah.
And one of the musicians came in and said, I said, well, what do you play here? Do you the medleys and that? Oh, they knew every song in every set and where it went.
Yeah.
I mean, Carl had them so tight, like a cheap rubber band.
Yeah.
And they took it so seriously. And I called Gim's favorite. Somebody stole my gal to start.
Oh, yeah.
Because I knew that. I knew, or at least I knew the 4 starting chords. And I started it, and they looked at me like I was nuts. No one played because I didn't play intros. I never played it. I never played. I couldn't. And and dead silence. I was all alone. I was all alone on the stage.
Oh boy.
So no, in my calm way, I turned to the band. I was on the mic. I said, if you're getting paid, play. I said, it's in the key of C.
Oh,
C.
of course.
C.
Yes.
And I went, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And they looked at me like I had developed a tumor. And I said, okay, this is the 3rd time. We play it or you're fired. I'm going to vamp and see. Come in when you feel comfortable. And I'm telling this to the band, and the crowd is listening. And the looks on the face of the people who had been coming, because Lunsford, I guess, was really a good player.
Oh, he was a great player.
He was just a little tight. And I vamped and see, and someone started. And we all joined in. It was fun.
Yeah.
And I turned to them and I said, look, guys, I'm up here. I don't play banjo well. I don't play any intros. So it's going to be counted off. If you don't know the song, tell me, and we'll find another one. And we'll keep going until we find one, you know.
Eventually,
They're looking at me. No, they were all musicians. They knew what they were doing. I was the one who didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
And I played that weekend, and by the time I left, the band was hysterical. They were laughing. All I had to do was sit down, and we started to laugh.
Yeah.
It was what I said. What do you want to play now, guys? Pick a tune.
Yeah.
No matter what it was, I'd say, I don't know it. Pick another tune.
Keep going.
5 for 2. I don't know it. Pick another tune. And we clowned the entire. It was St. Patrick's Day.
Oh my God.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
And the crowd was very excited. They were drooling. They were drooling. They were drooling. They didn't know what was going on.
Well, think of where you are, Jeffrey. Think of where you are. You're in Boston. It's an Irish city, for heaven's sake.
Exactly right.
No,
We started playing at noontime, and we finished when they quit.
I did the Irish medley.
The whole Green Barrel.
Every set.
Yeah.
We all knew it. We all started together and ended together. And they loved it. They didn't. Joel and I had a long talk once about playing lead. It was before I went up there. I said, Joel, I don't play lead. And I play tenor banjo.
Yeah.
And it finally got, I said, I don't want any single string playing. And I looked at him like, what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah. What is that? Yeah.
What is single string playing? No. He said, go up and have fun.
Yeah.
So I went up and I had fun. And I used to tell the crowd, if you're not enjoying yourself, we're not enjoying it.
That's
and
right.
that'll really make it bad.
Yeah.
That'll really, no, I'd say if you don't know the song, la, la, la.
That's right. Make it. Make it till you make it.
You want to know something? It was that type of attitude that loosened the crowd up. They felt like they were part of the show.
Sure.
I mean, and I would stop the band in the middle of a song, stop it, dead stop, and say, now look, these are the words I want you to sing. And that, you know, people would look, we just paid money, we're in a nightclub, and the band leader's telling us to sing. It was the only one who caught on immediately was Joe Terra. Joe Terra knew exactly what I was doing.
Yeah.
But Gim, I don't think I ever played lead in New York.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. There were too many good players.
If you did, I wasn't. If you did, I wasn't there. So.
If you were there, why the hell would I be playing? I mean, you knew everything. I used to love the introductions. I used to love them. It wasn't that I didn't like them. I just couldn't play them.
You're talking about single string playing. The master, of course, was Ronnie Bill.
Oh, you know what that son of a bitch did to me once?
Oh, boy.
He was playing in New York for 2 or 3 days. And everyone had told me what a brilliant banjoist Ronnie Bill was. So when he came in, I said, Ronnie, hi. I started to joke with him. I think he may have smiled. He didn't laugh. But I said, would you do me a favor? I understand you can play Stars and Stripes Forever. This was a joke. This was a joke. Stars and Stripes Forever. And I think it's in 2 flats, but I'm not sure. I wanted to sound like I knew what I was talking about. The son of a bitch picks up my tenor and plays Stars and Stripes Forever on a tenor banjo.
Oh, yeah.
Then he put it down and played it on the plectrum.
Yeah.
The only thing left was suspenders. He was playing on anything. It was unbelievable.
Yeah.
He's also an excellent guitar player, by the way.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Well, didn't he go to Berkeley?
Gotta go, guys. I will see you next Friday. Somebody's knocking my
Oh,
doorbell.
love you.
Love you. See you next
Be well.
week.
Bye-bye. Hey, Jeff, we lost your picture.
Yeah, Jeff, every time you talk, it says iPad.
I'm going to go too, but we'll see you next week.
Oh, Joni, so
Bye,
crazy.
everybody.
God bless.
I gotta go too.
All right.
I'm cooking salmon.
I'm gonna head out too.
I'm cooking salmon for dinner, so I'm seeing you later.
Lucky you.
Good night, guys.
See you
I'm going
someday.
to have gruel.
Thank you.
Love you guys.
Bye, everybody.
Love you. You're the best.
Where'd Peter go? He's gone?
Everybody's gone. Danny, Pete,
He's gone.
Gim,
I'm out of here.
Tyler's gone.
Tell Toots hello.
Bye, Doc.
Talk so much.
Bill, thanks for joining us, Bill.
Oh, good. This is fun. I'll look forward to doing this again. I'm sure there's a few names in my head that are still stuck in there. So I'll have to bail them out so we can talk next time.
Tom, you did a good job with the photos.
All right, thanks. We'll send some more photos because I'm running out.
Okay.
Thank you. Good to see
All right.
you.
See y'all later.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Yeah.
Bye. Bye, Dave.
Bye, Tom. Thank you. Bye, Barry.
Yeah,
Thank
bye.
you.
But thanks, Tom.
Sure. See you guys next week.
Tell Billy I don't see him.
Wait a minute, here I come.
Hey, Billy, see you later.
Okay.
Billy, we're going.
Yeah. Sorry, I had an appointment.
See you next week.
Yeah, see y'all next week. Thank you. Bye-bye.